And I thought Comics Division's Countdown couldn't be any more gay. This is, wow.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Culture Review. That's right. We are live. I'm freshly back from Vegas. And we have the old school crew here. Holy cow. Welcome to each and every one of you folks. All right. Whew, gonna be a good show. Look at the amazing humans we have in our chat. But let's start here. We have the man of the hour, or at least the man in about 2 hours. He's got a 1K celebration, first full monetization stream up and running. His name's Makini 90. He goes by Makini Draws now, and he's got I'm looking forward to this stream. So we are cutting it to a total of 90 minutes from when our start time was supposed to be. So basically like 87 minutes from now. Makini, tell them all about what you got going on.
Thank y'all for this special moment. I've been waiting 2 years for this. This is gonna be an amazing Sunday. Right after Sunday Culture Review, and I put the link in the chat, guys. At 12:45 p.m. Pacific will be the season finale of Makini Live Season 7. It is also the 1K celebration / monetization show, and it is going to be the 2-year anniversary of when I started this when I started doing live streams. In fact, on Tuesday, August 23rd, will be the 2-year anniversary of Makini Live. So I have so many people think it's gonna be packed. It's gonna be packed on Sunday. We're gonna have so many guests stopping by. It's just gonna be a big, huge celebratory bash, and I have so many of y'all to thank for this incredible moment. So I'm very excited to be on here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all on the 1K celebration on 12:45 PST. Be there, be squared. Again, thank y'all so much. It means so much to me.
Well, you're very welcome, and I think it's going to be great, and I think you're going to be overwhelmed because I know I was.
I know I will be.
And so if you guys want to see Makini go just completely emotionally full throttle, check out his stream.
And I will do a face reveal at the end of the stream.
Wow.
I've seen his face.
I've already seen it.
Yeah, I've seen his face too. But right next to Makini is, of course, our real estate, our champ, our genius. He knows more about things that I don't know. He's got Mama Susan in his back pocket.
He's got amazing legs.
He's got incredible. He's got incredible.
I have my mother's legs.
He's tall, and he's the king of the waterfowl, I think.
Lord.
Yeah, and I think right now he thinks he's a boiling frog, but I just think he's a brilliant person. My buddy, longtime panelist, Wes Moody of the West. Wow, gosh, can't say that anymore. Whatever cast.
Yeah, that's your buddy. That's Culture's buddy
today, CC. So I'm just going to do a brief one because I feel like hammered dog shit and probably look like hammered dog shit. But so I'm getting over a cold here, which is one of the reasons I wasn't able to be in Vegas. Man, I wish I could have gone to be there with my friends. And those meetups are great. If you ever have an opportunity to meet, to go to one in person, I highly recommend it. You're among friends. It's like the dysfunctional family you wished you had, not the dysfunctional family you actually have.
Hail to that, Wes.
Amen to that.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to hearing some stories about Vegas, CC. And yes, I am the boiling frog. I woke up and realized that yes, I do live in California. I'm starting to really rethink my life right now.
Yeah, same here.
And I wanted to stay and fight, but now I'm thinking, I don't want to like hop off the Lusitania onto the Titanic here. Maybe
so what I take to it is you're not going to be here when the mega flood happens. Apparently,
wouldn't be bad if I was on higher ground. That would be cool. Have beachfront property.
Yeah, mega flood. Do you know how long they've been promising that the waters will rise?
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I still remember this because I made a bet in the 4th grade. This was like 1986 or whatever. And they were telling us, oh, California is going to be under the sea by the year 2000. Tahoe is going to be, oceanfront property. Nope.
Does this mean that LA? Does this mean that we can turn LA into Rapture from BioShock? That would be awesome.
Well, I mean, arguably it's already there. It's just not underwater yet. But speaking of craziness, right below Mr. West is the longtime panelist that takes lengthy hiatuses as well. He writes
occasionally.
And despite reports of his shrinking, he's still the same 2.5 foot tall that you remember.
This whole short narrative is not true. It's not shit. The whole fuck. Listen. What's going on, y'all? Hell in chat?
Got no reason. Short people got.
You're gonna make Bard follow me. That's a shame. What's up, Hell in chat? Good to see all you wonderful people. JudaCon, hail to you. Sean, hail to you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I missed being around. Makini, congratulations, dude. I got an interview with the Phantom Collective for Phantom Menace Volume 2. After that, dude, shoot me a link. I'd like to come over and say hi. Because people like Makini 90 are those who have made their voices heard, who decided to make channels, who were inspired by other people and said, you know what, I can't stand all this bullshit going on in my entertainments, all these narratives that are being thrown at us, we, the fellowship. And he created his channel, and now this man is monetized. Congratulations to him. And all of you in the chat, people like Tina out there, she's making her own channel. Lasso of Truth got her own channel now. Brutal Morning was creating his own channel. Guys, make your voices heard. You got a whole support system of people out here ready to help you out. Hail the fellowship. Good to see you.
I forgot one person to mention.
Mention him.
I want to give a huge shout out to my co-host Bruce Lombardo. As of last week, he has hit 1,000 subs, so he's already applied for monetization. So we're just waiting for the approval from him.
Dude, these are moments, right? And Wes is going to get to 1,000 again.
Yes, he will.
For however many thousands of times he's had a chance.
It's those legs.
Maybe the third time will be the charm.
Makes you stronger.
That's right. That's right. If it doesn't kill you, you only get stronger, right?
Exactly.
I hope.
All right. Well,
I guess the moral of the story there is don't die.
Don't die. Yeah. That's kind of Well, actually, Sir Talks-A-Lot always says, "Don't get murdered." So I think that's a good slogan to live by.
Oh,
yeah, that would be
doubly bad. That would be doubly bad death.
Yeah.
Don't get unalived.
Yeah.
We haven't figured that out yet. Don't worry, we haven't figured that out.
Stay above
Better
ground.
not tempt fate and talk too much about that one. I don't know.
Stay above ground as long as you can. But right below Makini Draws is our another longtime panelist, AFK Bard. What is up, AFK?
Not much. I still don't have any content to give you guys. But I have been playing a lot of Fortnite in the background and having a really good time.
Good.
So I'm more than happy to jump in on other people's games. If
reach
you want
out
some
to
company.
reach out to Fats. Reach out to Fats Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Just reach out to Fats.
Fats is Fortnite, and you know what? We've got a lot of people that play. I mean, the Dadmans play, Lorena plays. There's a lot of people that play some Fortnite. So.
Oh yeah, I've enabled even my sister. I lured her in, and I've become the sugar daddy of the shop. I'm like, if you see something cool, I'll buy it for you so you can play with me. So enabling, it works.
It does, yeah. That's like, here, kid, you want this candy? It's for free.
Yeah.
I'm down with this whole conversation. Wherever this is going, I'm cool.
It didn't go anywhere good. All right. Well, right below me is, of course, our military representative. He's got a hard shell and a hard head. His name's Shellbach. TJC. What's up, Tim?
Wow. Totally accurate. But yeah, I'm just here to even out your screen. I'm like, no,
Thank you.
five things don't look right. We gotta have an even six. So
Right.
here I am.
Yeah, you guys
So,
are. I sorted out my OCD
What are you
just.
trying to say?
we could have a special appearance from the chest inspector later.
Oh,
just thinking about
Chest
it.
inspector. Hold on. What have
Yeah,
I missed? I've been away too long. What's going on?
Yeah,
Matt?
Shalak,
But
you have
the
secret
position's
content.
already been filled, Walton. Back off.
well, let's
He's-
we've done. We're turning into Friday Night Tights here. We've done 10 minutes worth of intros. Let's say hi to the chat real quick, and then we can get started on some stuff. Since we're not going to be going all that long.
Sunday morning tights.
That's right. You got Dr. Dragon out there. Jerry Mendoza's here. We've got Low Spec Linux Laptop. Good to see you, bud. Olaf Von S is checking in from across the sea. We've got Chris Mead, who I got a chance to meet in Vegas. It was great to meet you, brother. We got a Liger fan out there. Wes is saying hi in the chat. Looks like 16-bit mascots hanging too. Good to see you. We got the Cheese Factor. And Judican. What's up, Judican? Parrothead is here. Parrothead has sent me lots of things to look at over the last few months. Thank you, my friend. D-Bud Martin is hanging out. Let's see who else. Katina's here. Hi, Katina Martin. We've got Small Time Republic. Good to see you. We've got a member stream coming up this week, folks. So check the community tab in the next few days. I think you will be happy. Looks like a few other folks have rolled in, like Dragon Master 360.
I like that name.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool. The Emotionally Unstable Amphetamine, which is Tina Bojan's,
She's got a channel now.
Yeah.
Guys, check out Tina Bojan.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, she does, Makini. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and if you look here, Channel Surf is in the house. Home from Vegas. We had a blast. Wish you could all be there. That's right. Thank you, Channel Surf. I love meeting everybody. It's fantastic. You guys really, if you ever can, possibly just find a way to get to one of these meetups wherever they happen to be, whether it's a big one, small one, East Coast, West Coast, middle of the United States. If you're close by, try to take the chance to see people because it will refill your joy bucket. Makini's out there. You got he's telling you all about his stream coming up at 12:45 PST. So do check that out, folks, please.
Sticks, how does my volume? Is it too loud or is it still?
You sound good.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound good. Scott Westbrook is in the house. Good to see you, Scott. We got some other folks rolling in the door. Curtis is here. What's up, Curtis? Glad to see you.
Hey,
well,
Curtis.
Keep healing, brother. Keep healing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, we got
light.
Sean Estep in the house. Accidental Tourist is here. Hey, Brahma. Brahma's taking off in 5 hours. Going to kill some time. Meantime, goodbye, Vegas. That's right. Brahma Bowl was so much fun to hang out with. We had a great time in Vegas. One of the many people I got a chance to hang out with regular. You actually are going to see a meetup probably just of the Dix Division. The Dix Division meetup could be happening.
Where are the Dicks meeting up?
Well,
I need to know where all the Dicks are going to be.
We're going to work on it. There was some conversation.
Does that include the Vag Guard?
It was yeah, absolutely, indeed.
And
so that's coming up in the future. We're going to try to put that somewhere in the middle of the states so that it's easier for people to get to.
That's not easy for me.
And go from there. Snowdub's in the house. Good to see you, bud. Probably see the puppet tonight on the late night culture stream.
Oh shit! Hey, Snow, good to see you, buddy.
And we got some other folks here. Gosh, a lot of you folks. We got incredible humans like Rob Altus here. We got Pinochet's helicopter tours. His helicopter is fueled. Indeed. All right. I don't know if I would go on a ride on that. They usually didn't end well for some people. Yeah, Bruce is here. Bruce is here saying sup, Bruce.
Bruce, congratulations, brother, man. I'm so looking forward to the
Congratulations.
show.
Yep.
TFM chat brethren. Good, Bruce.
Curtis, brother, you have my prayers, my friend. You really do.
Go, man. Curtis, sending love and light to you, dude. Heal fast. We need you.
Please.
Yeah. We need all of you. We need all y'all. All y'all. Did I say it right? All y'all.
Yes, Culture. You said it correctly.
Hey, there's Dadman.
I think
Dadman.
Hey, Dadman.
Gonna do some Fortnite with the Dadmans here in the near future. We got Release the McCracken. Got to meet Release the McCracken. Very cool. I got to meet a lot of people. You guys are great. Let's see. We got Sandra Hammerslag here. What's up?
Hail, brother.
Mirrorsphere's in the back. Oh, I forgot. Hi, Mirrorsphere. heard him bop in like
Hell, guys.
He's jealous because your beard is more epic than his. That's
Not really.
Yeah,
well, my beard is. That's update beard down to goatee in less than 24 hours. So in fact, it may. I have because I have some things I have to get go to the doctor for, and it's
estrogen.
Easier for the beard to be gone. So
makes sense.
I don't care. Doctor can suffer.
Beard today, gone
My
tomorrow.
beard
You should go a little weird with it and do like a Fu
Goatee
Manchu or
Casino,
something.
ladies and gentlemen. Goatee
That's coming. Goatee Casino. We've got Jason Gray's indoor Airbnb. That's awesome.
Yeah, brother.
Thanatos Felicitas is here saying, "I'm gonna live forever or die trying." That's right, my friend. That's words to live by. Words to live by. Mr. Shirt's in the house. I got to hang out with Mr. Shirt this weekend.
Oh, gee, did you really?
Yeah, Mr. Shirt and Mrs. Shirt.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Sean Landrigan. Hey, what's up, bud? Man, look at all Bobo Yogi's here. What's up?
You got that 70s rock fan has showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Bobo Yogi says, "Please stop hitting me with 10 incoming notifications at once."
He's gonna bombard you.
It is. Hey, look, I set up all the streams. I get all the descriptions set. I set up all the advertisement in advance on Twitter and on Minds and stuff, and then I go live on them all, and that's what happens. They go. Dum, 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 dum. Sorry about that, Bubble Yogi, but that's a YouTube problem. That's not a me problem. Pino Shays Helicopter Tour sends us our first super chat of the day for $10. If you notice they're arranging the deck chairs on your sinking ship, give me a call. Since it's a culture show, the plot to Horizon Zero Dawn is getting eerily similar to current day. Nervous, I hear you, my man.
Yeah, I know. It's like well, to be fair, with the plot to Horizon Zero Dawn, it's like we have to go to Terminator first, then Horizon Zero Dawn afterwards.
Hi, Six. The Dega's here. Robert
Thank you, Six.
Let's see who else is in the house. We got a few.
Everybody cool is in this chat. That's what it is. Culture.
It's
Everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm never
in this chat.
Yeah, everybody.
No. Six. If you think that Makini needs to turn down just a little more, then
Six. How do I sound? Am I too loud or too low? Let me know.
You might bump it just down just a little.
Bump it down just a little more. Okay, we'll do.
I like when he's loud. It's like a fright scare,
Yeah.
You're turned on by that.
Wow. Captain Fan and Nerds in the house. What's up?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa, Bobo Yogi says YT just edited me. What did you say?
Oh, Culture. You want to check because that 70s rock fan just gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships.
Oh, thank you
Nice.
so very much. That 70s rock fan, my man from Canada. Boy, you got to get back to the States, man. Used to be in the States.
It was so much fun hanging out with him on Friday on Loki and Mexican Iron Man stream.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And I appreciate the subs. For those of you who just became members, welcome. And we will be doing a member stream this week. So 5 of you are going to get a chance to experience that if you haven't done that before. Got Floral from Under a Rock in the house. Shrap 3D out there. Zax is here. So many folks. But we got to talk about some stuff. You guys want to talk about some stuff?
Yes.
We talk about stuff?
We do.
Cultured stuff.
Cultured stuff. We're men and women of culture here.
Yes,
Absolutely. I'm very cultured.
Yeah. Are you ready? All right. You know what? Where do you want to start? We could talk about the dragon thing. We could talk about the Hulk thing. We could talk about.
Can we do Host the Dragon first?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get into
All right.
Okay. So, as everybody knows, first of all, don't chase the dragon, right? Please don't do that.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Yeah, don't do that. And if you don't know what I mean, good. Stay ignorant. But you've got this show. You've got a show called House of the Dragon. It is going to be coming out tonight or this afternoon. Depends on where you live in the continental United States. If you are international, I don't know when you're going to see this. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Why does she looks like she's holding in gas?
Well, if you're online and you have VPN, you'll see it anytime.
That's also true, and we'll get to that in a moment. First of all, okay, so from Deadline, obviously, they're talking about this thing. They gave it a review, and they said Game of Thrones prequel succeeds by not going large. And as you can see here on the dais, the stairway leading up, you can tell it's a prequel because there are swords melted on the steps, which were removed. Remember, this hall is updated with each rule. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, also because the original throne itself was like made of 1,000 swords. So I mean, the throne that we got in the show was not as
Not
big
accurate.
Right, it's not accurate.
Yeah.
So I guess they're trying to make up for that with designing the stairs like that.
Yeah. I think it looks great. But remember, the throne is always appears as the current king wants it to look. Right.
Oh, there's a dude in the background. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah. So, all right. So we keep going. So there are spoilers in this. Okay. This thing comes out tonight, except that it might have come out earlier, which we'll get to in a moment. Besides being body and fire spewing, HBO's House of the Dragon is no Game of Thrones. That dissimilarity actually might be the saving grace for the sword and regal struggle spectacle prequel inspired by George R.R. Martin's writing. Yet capturing lightning in a bottle twice is quite a rare feat, even with a return to King's Landing and a massive built-in and braying fan base.
Well, didn't that lightning like fizzle out like a trucker fart toward the end?
Yeah, I kind of think it was like two subpar
Like
seasons.
4 amazing seasons, I would say. 3, 4, 5.
And
More like
two
a
Basically,
bug
when they ran out of writing, that was
Mm.
George R. R. Martin's that got crap.
I'm looking for blood, boobs, and intrigue. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, I don't know if you're going to get a lot of that. Well, I'm sure you get blood and you're going to get intrigue, but that first.
Whoa.
I don't think so.
They didn't take the boobs out, did they?
I'm
There's
not sure.
boobs, but they're going to be covered.
Yeah.
What?
Uh,
I can get that in real life.
Underneath all the whales of hype, yeah, you can get it in She-Hulk. Underneath all the whales of hype, if ever there was a series set up to fail, no matter how much it succeeds, it's House of Dragon. The series from showrunners Jay Condal and Miguel Sapochnik. I can't say that.
Yeah,
I
that ain't
can't.
white enough for me. Go ahead.
Will only be gauged by one criteria, openly or not. GOT is a standard HOD can't meet. So, spoiler alert. The House of Dragon smartly sidestep the supposition for the most part. Well, that's good. The first in a plethora of GOT spin-offs in the pipeline for the Warner Brothers Discovery-owned premium cabler and streamer HBO Max. House of the Dragon is much more straightforward family drama than its predecessor. See? Family.
No. We don't want family drama. We want blood, boobs, and intrigue. What the hell?
Well, I mean,
again-
the House of Dragons is literally about like a family of like those guys. So
Yeah, but don't they all bang
if we're
each
gonna
other?
get sex, it'll probably be incest again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't they all
Well,
bang each
it's
other? Right. Go ahead.
see that's what kind of turns me off a little bit. It's like Game of Thrones. It was like every single excuse from what I've heard. It was like Game of Thrones was like the first couple of seasons were just like, we don't care what the scene is. We're just gonna get an excuse to just put boobs in and wherever.
Well,
and I'm not against that. I'm much for as nice guy, but sometimes it gets gratuitous and without any rhyme or reason. It's just like
That helps me to
The
concentrate,
best
Mac.
scene is when you're getting exposition by Peter Baelish while two girls are pleasuring each other.
Yes,
It
dude.
was so
I'm not-
unnecessary,
don't get me
but
wrong,
it
I'm all
had
for
your
fan service.
attention.
I'm all for fan service. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying,
well, that was
Maybe
a
I wanna be
overdo
service.
it. There's a time and place for it.
Well, that was a different kind of service, indeed. You're right there. But look, and Victor Fontaine says the right thing. VR got this from multiple sources because of believe me, the reported budget for the advertisement is not a secret. They did spend $100 million promoting this show.
Really?
A
Is
lot
that
of money.
equal to the budget that they used for production?
Well, they dropped $200 million to make the show.
Okay. All right.
So they spent 50% of the budget in total in advertising. So for a total of $300 million. It's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. More than I got.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, I don't know if that's a win, a loss. The only time will tell. And tonight, I'm going to watch this because I want to be able to speak intelligently about it. And if I'm going to have a take, I want it to be informed.
Exactly.
But it seems like, and this is something that surprised me, and maybe it will surprise y'all, that some people have already been able to see it. And I'm not talking about critics. I'm talking about the fact that the House of the Dragon episode 1 leaks hours before the series premiere. Hours? Hell, it was released a full day or a day plus ahead of time.
Oh my
so
goodness.
here we are. This is from popculture.com, which I don't know. It's a source, a site, whatever. I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. But it says that the series premiere of House of Dragon leaked on Friday night, bringing the franchise back to a persistent problem it faced during this thing is blocking my stuff. There we go. During Game of Thrones. Many posts on Twitter indicate that some people have gotten access to a leaked copy of episode 1, The Heirs of the Dragon, though it's not clear how it got out. Fans are divided over whether to watch the show in this format. House of the Dragon is the most highly anticipated TV events of the year, so it's no surprise that fans went looking for it a bit early. HBO sent out a surprising number of advanced screeners to members of the press. The first 5 episodes at the beginning of the week, followed by episode 6 a few days later. Still, press screeners are carefully protected and watermarked. They are, with the person's name, in it. Yeah. And that's for critics as well, not just press. Critics also get, when you get a screener, your name is watermarked on it, by the way. The only non-watermarked copies are the source copies that they use to make those. That's it. So
right. Are they going to be able to tell from the watermarks who released it?
Well, they'll be or who got hacked or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen a show like that. I don't remember what it was, but there was a pre-release screener that I got a hold of, but it didn't have a name on it, but it said across the top that it was I don't remember what it said, but it was very clear and it was watermarked the whole time.
I saw, and again, this was way back when, I saw 2 different versions of The Matrix when it first came out, way back when.
Really?
Yeah, way before it released, 2 full weeks before it released.
Wolverine Origins, same
one.
way.
One I was sent directly, to check it out, and the other one was one that somebody else passed to me, thinking that I hadn't seen it yet before it's even out in the theater, and that one had a watermark on top of it. With the studio information on it, so they protect those aggressively. Right. For $5, we've got Hunch the Dirty Roofer here saying, "What?
That's a great name.
Oh yeah, no, Hunch has been around for a while now. Yeah,
that's great. That's a good name.
$5 says when they say family drama, they mean aristocratic medieval family drama, i.e., boobs, blood, and intrigue. Family.
Yes. Don't forget. Don't forget incest.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, brother.
It's one of those few times in a show where they make it canon, where they're like, yeah, we had a lot of incest in our family in the past, and now we're going back to the past. So if we don't get incest, I'll be kind of disappointed.
No wonder your family is effed up right now.
Well,
you wonder why.
And again, it's Targaryens, and you know how they are. You know what I mean? So you got
I'm afraid we're all Targaryen. We probably have Targaryen blood in our family history.
Well, I think, I mean, everybody has.
It's the Genghis Khan of their world.
Possibly. Well, there really honestly are so many ways that we could have genetically evolved. So we all come back to the original.
That's probably not one of those ways. I'm just going to be confident and say that's probably not one of them.
Albert's right. Yeah.
Let's get
more money, the less creative they be.
That's right. Let's get to Albert Zulke's statement here. It's amusing how much money they spent on these major mega projects and how often they fail to surpass expectations. Meanwhile, upstarts with lower budgets occasionally blow us away with what they create. And we have an update on that here in just a moment.
Agreed.
Thanks for that comment.
Yep.
But interestingly enough, so many fans said that they would not watch the leaked version of the episode, and they had various reasons. Many said they would rather wait for the high quality release, that's me, on their preferred interface, and others wanted to support the show in hopes of making sure it was renewed. However, those that decided not to watch the leak were faced with a serious conundrum: how to navigate social media on Sunday without saying any spoilers. Just get off of social media.
Right.
Just get off.
Just get off whenever you can.
It's if you care about it, it's really easy to avoid spoilers. If you actually put effort into it.
Just don't touch Twitter until after the show is over or after the episode airs. Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite to you. If I like something, I want to be spoiled.
See,
so I know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
I'm the opposite. Spoilers don't ruin anything for me. It's just
it depends. It depends because it's like, and I agree with that kind of that mindset, Meosphere, because there have been many instances where, like, I was spoiled ahead of time, and yet I was still, and yet when I saw it actually happen,
Mhm.
I still was excited about it.
Yeah,
it still hit me, you know.
Agree, Mac. Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah. Don't get off Meospheres.
Well, I know this. Tonight you can see this show on HBO and HBO Max at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're on the East Coast, 9 p.m. If you're on the West Coast, 6 p.m.
You know, and
Yeah,
they already have probably more. They're more likely to get more people to watch just an account of it's a streaming service that people actually use. It's like, who uses Amazon? Like, I mean, if you're gonna like watch if you have interest in seeing something, it's not like you're gonna go seek out an Amazon account just to watch the one show. But if you're like HBO or something, everybody's got that.
Mm-hmm. You've also got people who might want to see it early and then see the reactions of their friends. I'm wondering, what do you guys think? Do you think maybe they released this purposefully? Because I mean, the end of the Game of Thrones was so bad that the fan response was, "We're never watching anything done by you guys again."
In an attempt to draw up interest, and attention to the show. Oh yeah, agreed. Oh yeah, totally.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
That's what I was thinking, Mac.
Especially since he hasn't got that one book out in like over 10 years, so people are starting to be like,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
It's not
Scott
coming out.
Jane, I'm sorry, he's not finishing the
not
books.
happening, guys.
It's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
If you don't have it done by now,
love you, but it's not going to happen.
I started a book, wrote my book, got it out, and I don't have any money or a whole team of people behind me.
He's just waiting for his HBO Max adaptation. He's just waiting for the.
The guy has everything you could ever need to get the book done in like
a train.
month and get
Well,
out.
could you?
In a lodge. He can do it in a lodge.
Meospheres, you're a writer. You know, like I don't know if anybody else here in this panel is a writer, but you know, imagine creating something epic, putting all the energy that he put into it, only for Dan and Dave to take it in the direction that they did. Just to completely the first off, Danny Turning Dark should have taken 2-3 seasons to explain. You know, there was so many things that were done wrong, so done poorly. I don't know about you guys, but that would take away all of my enthusiasm to finish my series if it had been done as wrong as HBO had allowed Dan.
Well, the first thing that you should learn as a creator of anything is never lose control of your product.
Yes, hell no. Don't ever let any it's going in my will. Like if I die, no.
Yeah. Final say is me, and when I die, no changes of any kind can be made whatsoever.
Right.
Modernity cannot be infused into my stuff,
and the rights cannot be sold.
There you go.
On the sake of like Martin, you know, I feel bad for him in a way because like he did give them like an outline, and you can see that he did see where it was going to go, but I don't know if people remember it. Like Dan and Dave decided that they were going to cut it short. Like they had
by season,
free reign to take their time and build it up, like George R. R. Martin was obviously going to do and has been doing in his series. And they were like, no, we could just sum it all up in one season. And I really do put way more blame on them than the author himself, because if he didn't have the book finished, there was so much more room and time that they could have used to get there, and they just blew it wide.
You think looking back,
one at a time.
You think looking back, you're like, you know what? Maybe we should have spent more time in that extra last 2 and make 2 or more seasons and have HBO pay us a boatload of money rather than just rushing last season just to do a Star Wars project that is not going to happen. That
HBO wanted them to do it more, but they were like, nah, man.
They did. Wes, what were you saying, man?
As far as House of Dragon,
yeah.
I haven't really watched a lot of Game of Thrones, so I don't think I can opine too intelligently on it. The only thing I've really seen of Game of Thrones was there was this episode that my mother was trying to get me into it, and they had George Bush's head on a pike, and then they removed that from the DVDs, so that sucked.
That would have been intriguing to you, right?
So to be honest,
I was the opposite. Like
I was like,
I bought the whole.
I remember I saw that and I was like, isn't that George Bush? Because you could see the nose in the profile, but it had this ridiculous wig on. It was when one of the main characters got decapitated, and she's like, "No, why would they do that?" I was like, "Look, that's George Bush." And then I turned out to be right. Like years later, I was like, "I was right."
I've seen like bits and clips of Game of Thrones over the years, so I only know so much from you guys and from the channels I used to watch that cover Game of Thrones, and it's just like it sucks that the only scene I remember very clearly was the whole Lena Headey's walk of shame.
Oh gosh,
shame.
See, I was out in the West. Like I
just
got
some
the first
exhibitionism in this show. What the hell?
Yeah. I bought the first season on DVD, and because all my friends were like, "It's such a great show. Everybody loves this show." Blah blah blah. So go watch it. So I went and bought the first season. It was like $60-$70, whatever. I was at the time I was in college. So I was living with my parents. And so I went and sat down, popped the disc in, was starting to watch it. My mom, both my parents are preachers. I've said that before.
Oh, no.
My mom comes, sits down next to me, and she's like, "So what's this?" I was like, "I don't know. It's some fantasy show that all my friends say is really good." First major sex scene happens right away. Like
Good
right
shit.
out of it. My mom's sitting there like,
it's like the right moment.
I'm sitting there like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
I'm
Were you
like,
ashamed of your erection? What happened?
Well,
my mom's like, "Well, that happened." And I was like,
yeah, that was like, well,
throw this whole thing in the trash, Mom.
Yeah,
Don't worry. And I never watched
They
another
weren't
episode.
related whatsoever.
But yeah,
Fuck
from
off.
an artist's perspective,
it's-
I wouldn't want anybody tinkering with or adding to my work. It's mine.
It ruined the whole show for me. I was like, I
Even
can
in
never
death.
watch that again.
I'm like, listen,
Hey, okay, all right. Look, again, the original show from the beginning through season 4 was very good, and then the writing fell off for 2 seasons, and then it collapsed. Right? I don't know that the show will redeem the original show, but it's still interested in to see it, and I will be watching it this evening. So be prepared for me to do a little bit of coverage on this at the various places that I'm going to be this week, probably Midnight's Edge and other places as well. But real quickly, I'm gonna get to some supers real quick, guys, and some other chats that popped through. We've got our good friend Parrothead in the house for $5 saying Walton love GOT for all the women with daddy issues. Yeah.
And there were a lot. There was a lot of
There
issues.
was
in
a
that
lot
show.
of
I
them.
enjoyed that. Yes, sir. Thank you, Parrothead.
Yeah, indeed. And for $2, we've got our friend Das Wolfin saying, after got season 8, I'll wait for reviews. I trust. That's right. You wait for the reviews you trust. There's a lot of people in the chat that have been saying, I'm going to wait to hear what my favorite YouTube people are that I trust because I have a similar opinion.
Likely mine are going to be, I'm going to be waiting for my reviews from Jane, Scott, and Gary is my top 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of them very fans of that, very much fans of that show. But people, I mean, even if you're just like a normie, and as far as Game of Thrones, you're going to get more criticism, more honest criticism from people like the people on this panel and the YouTubers in this chat than you're going to get from the show media. So
we've got a lot of supers to get through. Free speech just mentioned while I was going through. Did the rest of the Valerians get taken out by dragon pox? I don't know. We've got Ghost in the Craig. Good to meet you in Vegas, my friend. Said met culture in Vegas. Thanks for the drink, Chip. Indeed, my friend. And I love meeting everybody. I had such a great time, met with so many different folks. It is it's amazing. You guys, if you ever get a chance, please do it.
I want to so bad next year. I want to so bad just because if a chance to meet you and Ords at the same time.
We'll see. Yeah, Of course, by then my beer will be back by the time I see Ords in October. But emotionally unstable amphetamine for $5. Thank you, Tina. Says, do we know why HBO didn't continue the series without D&D? Well, I think they no matter what they were essentially the EPs on that and showrunners both. So they kind of got to call the play, and since they were the guys that were essentially that went to pitch George R.R. Martin in the first place, I think that's kind of how that all came together. But I will ask around. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this: are you guys getting the kind of the feelings that we had with D&D, Danny and Dave? Are you guys getting those same kind of feelings with JD and Patrick McKay over at Amazon with Rings of Power?
Yeah,
because I'm getting those Danny and Dave vibes.
Oh yeah,
except they are like completely staying away from any kind of storyline or lore from Lord of the Rings.
But D&D, right? Dan and Dave, of course, were basically newcomers, right?
Yeah,
they were very nascent showrunners and such, so they really didn't have a
history,
a clue. They didn't have a clue, and when they ran out of source material, which they
should have just went straight back to him, be like, "Hey, we need
they
raced just put it on hiatus for a bit.
But they raced through the material they had, which was dumb.
HBO was going to give them 10 months worth of shows, and they decided they wanted to end it in one.
There were so many storylines that they cut out too.
Yeah,
true. It was meaty that they could have kept going.
Culture, check the private.
Yeah, and rumor going around was, rumor going around was that they were willing to give them 15 seasons if they wanted it. So I don't get it, but I do know this. I got a channel member chat from Release the McCracken, who's been with us over a year. Thanks, buddy. It was so great to meet you. He says, "So glad I never got into Game of Thrones. Hail CC and everyone." Indeed.
Hail,
that's a good. You know what? I think about this. Like, what if Dan and Dave stayed on for, as you said, AFK another 15 seasons? Game of Thrones, it would have definitely fallen off. The quality definitely would have fallen off, but it would have been, I definitely think that it would have been it would turn Game of Thrones into a much bigger phenomenon than it already has, especially for that achievement.
Fred Blogs says that maybe it's premiering at a different time in the UK, so they're going to get to see it before us. That's not fair.
Sometimes it happens with their time zones.
Bobo Yogi says, after S8, I just don't care. I think a lot of people share that attitude.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bob, yes.
And you know what, Curtis? I'm going to reach out to Nina and take a look at your images, because I imagine they're pretty rough, dude, with your injury. But man, like I said,
I
got a chance to meet a lot of people in Vegas. You know what? We'll talk about that in just a few moments, but I want to finish rounding out these chats and supers that I grabbed. Victor Fontaine's gonna obviously wait for YouTube reviews. I do the same thing on some stuff that I don't have an initial interest in. I just want to feel out what other people have there, and then see if it's something I'm going to be engaged with. So if they're good, then pay for the streaming service for a month and binge it. There you go. Or
exactly.
1 month trials that are offered once a year. Actually, all you have to do is create a new email address for each time you want to do that. So yeah, it works out pretty well.
What? Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Was the thing that Morgan said last night on the dump, was that confirmed that Amazon's going to just go the binge format with Rings of Power, or they're going to still keep it as a weekly format?
I hope they keep it as weekly.
That's supposed to be a weekly thing, or at least that's what I last heard going back many months ago, was that it was going to be there, because again, you want to keep people paying now they raised the price, obviously, of their Prime service. So you want people to continue to pay for that if they're being driven there by the video thing. But ultimately, I think you're going to find that the early reviews on that are going to be so poor that, it won't drive actual, people to pay for the service, right?
And I haven't been around for a few months now, Culture. Yeah. Have they been aggressive with the fans? Have they?
Yes, they have.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they have. It's almost like they went. To put it this simply, come September, Steven, this is going to be the Last Jedi 2.0.
Really?
Yeah. And it's going to be the Last Jedi 2.0 in the sense that, they went into overdrive with just their vehemently hatred towards the fans, and that a lot like the Last Jedi, a lot of YouTubers are going to be making bank covering Rings of Power. A lot. And that's going to be a moneymaker. It's going to be the big moneymaker. So.
Right. Wow.
Well, look, we're going to get to some conversation that I want to have here in one more chat, because Ghost in the Craig says, "This pleasure meeting you in Vegas. Like I said, it was great meeting you. Forever the beard game." Well, unfortunately, this beard, at least this portion, has to go temporarily. Believe me, by Christmas, I'm going to be looking like Santa Claus again. So nobody. We got this is the one I wanted to talk about with all y'all. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5 says, do creators feel a day is coming where corporations come after you outside of YouTube under the guise of protecting profits from false negativity?
Yes.
Well, they can try. The problem is that we actually have a right to express our opinion. And you can't go after somebody for an opinion. I mean, you can try, but this is going to be
where you live.
yeah.
They tried that. Yeah. Naughty Dog tried that 2 years ago with The Last of Us 2, and look how that turned out.
Well.
Yeah.
Didn't work out well. Do I think
Actually,
they'll try it?
Oh, sorry.
Yes. No. Just a second, AFK. But do I think they will try it? Sure. Will it be successful? No, because they're going to run into a bunch of stubborn human beings like myself. Who'll be like, see you in court.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely. And all of the creators whose channels have been created, forged in fire. You got your geeks and gamers, you got your Tom Connors down there in Midnight's Edge, you got your Nerdrotic, different people who have fought for the voices, for our voices.
Yep.
And have already been through this before. So they're going to be fighting for our ability to speak our minds. That's what we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm just waiting for Minisphere to have his own channel, so we can
Absolutely.
just get Minisphere monetized.
Doesn't he kind of already?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's why people want to see me. They want to see this guy. So
Yeah, get Minisphere monetized. Let's start.
like screw your book. We just want to see the Minisphere.
Minisphere.
Culture, I actually have to dip. I have to interview the Phantom Collective for Phantom Menace Volume 2.
That's right.
So
I wish you luck in your interview, my friend, and I hope it is lovely and productive. And,
so do I. The great people over there, the Phantom Collective guys. If you haven't subscribed to that channel,
Absolutely.
please do. To the Rookie Critic, Flipped Out, Eats Up Okuyan, Fallon. There's so many good people over there that have done a lot for the last several years for promoting independent creaters. Hail to the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here, supporting Culture Casino, who's been one of the best friends that I've had, along with everybody on this panel. Please support one another, support your independent creators, be good to each other, and suffer no fools. Peace.
Yeah.
Much love, Steven.
See you, my
man.
friend.
Send me a link, dude. I'm going to stop by there.
I'll try. I'll definitely will. Definitely will.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I got to move this guy again. All right, balance the screen. Except that this isn't going to balance the screen. I got to move him here.
Well, now that Walton's gone, we can take down the safety bumpers.
Okay, so here, yeah, that's true. Look, Tom, are you looking forward to having to watch Game of Thrones House of the Dragon tonight?
I didn't even know it was coming on. I don't care.
Okay, well, I'm glad you missed the beginning.
I think you made his point clear.
How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing okay. The only House of the Dragon I give a shit about is if it's got a Chinese buffet or not inside of it.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good
wow.
point. That is a good question.
There you go.
That's a good point.
Somebody said hi to Nina.
I'm
Is
hungry.
Nina here?
Is Nina here? Is Nina here?
Zach's here. Brightest Day's here. Is Nina here? Did Nina say hi? Did I miss Nina?
Oh.
If so, it's good to see you, Nina. It's been a minute. So, yeah, Martin should have been contractually obligated to finish the books. Yes, he should have been. That should be. In fact, I think if I were HBO right now, I'd be like, you need to finish this stuff before we're going to buy it.
Finish it now.
Well, for the House of Dragons, though, I mean, he's going off of books that he has already published. It's kind of different than his main series. Like, I'm actually kind of more intrigued at seeing this than I am thinking negatively about it, mostly just because he's actually using material. So, I don't know.
And why would he
At least
write
that's my
something
opinion.
new when he can make money off the stuff he already wrote?
Yeah,
That's true.
Well,
Because he
right.
gets paid a whole new licensing fee for this, I'm sure.
yeah, he does every time. Yeah. Look, if you're gonna like again, just don't lose control of your stuff, kids. That's the rule here. So,
I predict this is going to be the MCU of Game of Thrones.
I think you're right. And you've got 16-bit mascot out there with a $5 super chat. Thank you for that, my friend. Says, good crew today, guys. Thank you. They're awesome people. Appreciate all you do. Hail Dick's Division, the casino cult here. Hail chat and cheers. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate No, we're lucky. Like I said, we're gonna try to get a Dick's Division meetup together, and that information will be coming out here in the next couple months, or if not sooner. So I'll myself and everybody that's involved will, of course, use our community tabs to promote that as well. So, everybody's happy. Tom's here. Hey, look, Loki's here. What's up, Loki?
Hey, bro.
Look at him. And now you guys are making me hungry with the Chinese food talk in the chat. Tom, why did you do that? Now I'm starving.
I just had what was it, Mongolian barbecue the other day?
I just had clam chowder for lunch or snack.
God, Mongolian sounds so good right now.
Oh, it really was.
I always make mine extra spicy.
You know, that's actually a good question, Pinochet, because when you do look at it from a moral, ethical issue, I think you should be compelled. It's like any other contractual obligation, right? If I'm going to buy your IP and my expectation is you're going to finish it as part of a contract, I think that would be compelling. Now, it would run afoul against whether or not it's performative and restricting your art. That is a good one.
Yeah. I think it's more like because you want to. Like, the guy's created so much already that you think he would want to finish his creation.
That's true.
Because you know, like I put my first book out, I still have a ton of books I want to write, and I'm going to start writing my second one probably this coming week.
I think in some ways it's like with George R. R. Martin, it's like a cautionary tale of if you create something that does get that, you know, that level of success to where it becomes a cultural phenomenon, you know, you want to continue finishing what you started. You want to continue finishing. You want to still have that passion for it and not rest so much on your own laurels.
Yeah, that's the only thing is he still have a passion for it. He might have just been like, because the show came out and then the show went bottoms up at the end. I'm wondering if he just, because it went bottoms up, he just lost all, you know, passion for it.
Well, I have that he has written it, like legit. Like, I think he does have it or has a huge bit of it, but he's sitting on it because, like, he doesn't have to publish them anytime soon at this point.
I think you're both right.
I feel like he is concerned about the backlash from, you know, how it was received.
Oh, it might be because of the woke crap. He's probably like.
Honestly, I think you're both right. I think he had it done or almost done already because that's the outline that Benioff and Weiss used. But as soon as the reaction that it got came down, he panicked. So he'll probably never release it.
I was going to say, from what we all heard, he told him the ending.
I'm sorry, what, Shell?
I said, from what we heard, Martin told them the ending and said, however you want to get there, you know, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, they supposedly had like an outline or something like that. Yeah.
It might have been. I just thought maybe it's because of the whole woke culture and he's just worried that he's going to get the same treatment as freaking what's her name from Harry Potter.
Yeah, well, I don't. To be honest with you, you know, she's got it covered, right? J.K. Rowling can, you know, she doesn't care. She's as far as she's
a rich. Yeah, she's got enough money.
The thing is, Miosphere, it's not going to get to the point where he's going to be like, you know, stabbed on stage in public, like what happened to the other author. I don't think it's going to go that far.
Yeah. Well, Liam, see, I agree with Liam McNeil. I mean, GRR doesn't deserve our money. Because if he cared about the fans, the people that have, you know, essentially have made him this successful, you know, author, you know, showmaker, whatever you want to call him at this point, you know, he should have finished the books. Instead, you know, he's taken the fans for granted. And, you know, I have a really hard time with that. And ATN Fallardio says, no, GRM lost it because he's 100% converged at this point, unable to write something where women lose and get hurt anymore. That's right. And that's the problem.
Well, that's
right?
That's the problem universally. And that, of course, that is the one of the big, that's probably one of the issues when it concerning the next topic, it was She-Hulk, but yeah.
You know, Culture, you said something about, you know, 15 seasons. I don't know if I could have taken another 7 seasons of she's my queen. I don't want it.
No,
I feel like they rushed that of itself, you know.
Exactly. Exactly. They
True.
rushed like huge storylines. There was so much more intrigue. They left characters entirely out of the show, right? From that were in the books, one in particular. And you know, there's a lot of things that just essentially were missing, you know, but the fact that this leaked online and people can go out and get it right now before it premieres tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right? Here in the States, right? North America specifically. You know, sounds like you may get it earlier in the UK and other places, folks. So keep your eyeballs peeled. But I mean, I don't know. How much love is with this show anymore? I mean, let's ask that question. You know, how much is out there? I have a feeling that Dan and Dave actually had some foreknowledge of the way the book was going to end, roughly. And I think that we've heard in various different ways from various different sources that is the case, that they just got there in a way that just wasn't satisfying to an audience. I don't know. I don't really know.
Well, they shot themselves in the foot too, because they like diverted into that whole like, you know, woman power type thing towards the end, where they're like, we're clearly building up with Jon Snow's character to do a lot of stuff. And then the very last second, they're like, well, we decided, you know, but like they totally made up the story about how they were like, oh no, we knew for a long time it would be like Arya that does this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it was clearly like they were even changing what they were doing for that reason.
Right.
I don't know. It was frustrating.
It's interesting. You know, I haven't seen a lot of Game of Thrones, but when you see a property, you know, let's take Star Trek Discovery, for example. And I know a lot of people here have seen it. Okay, it didn't start off as a great show, but you could definitely tell when the IQ level in the writer's room dropped on that show. And, you know, when the material from the greater talents was exhausted. And so imagine, you know, it's probably even more dramatic of a dip for Game of Thrones fans is what it seemed like when I was watching the coverage of the final season.
Agreed.
I was so frustrated with the end of Game of Thrones. I think that's kind of poisoned me to the new show, but we'll see. I'm going to watch it. I told everybody I'm going to watch it, so I will. Of course I will. We got Tom Servo out there. We got Brian CF joining us, laughing at us.
Yeah, I mean, my only response was basically that. Like, I mean, I'm not even a fan. So, like, I'm kind of looking at this from the outside in. But I also see it like Game of Thrones hasn't had a bunch of, like, it wasn't like this last thing was like the 7th property. You know what I mean? In this franchise or something like that. This was the first one and done. Sure, there's a fan base for the books, but there's no other things for the fans to grasp onto. And what I mean is, like, at least with Marvel, you have, like, you can kind of say up and through Infinity War or Endgame, basically, like, you know, it's kind of, how do you put it? You know, at least it's kind of its own cohesive universe, and you have, you know, that to kind of hold on to. Right. And not only that, Marvel's been a part of, you know, the culture for, you know, well past our lifetime, well over 50 plus years. Exactly. So same thing with Star Wars to a point, right? It's been 40 plus years. We've had 2 different trilogies before this. Even, you know, people who weren't necessarily fans of the prequel trilogy still had that original trilogy to hold on to. And same can be said for, you know, adding on the Star Wars bunch to it. You don't have that here, right? You don't have you know, people who were big fans of the old Game of Thrones this or the old Game of Thrones that, and this was just like the latest thing. Or Star Trek is a great example too of how there's kind of like two or three different eras of Star Trek is another example to where you know, you don't have this thing where it can survive this. I don't think that this show is going to be nearly as big as people think it was going to be, and or it's not nearly going to be as big as the original show was. And I think the big part of that is you don't have that brand loyalty. I mean, but then again, there's a lot of normies out there who still like this show, who still don't care, or, you know, that don't understand, or however you want to put it. So it's just one of those things that could end up being huge. But I see it maybe doing about a third as well as the original show did overall.
And I think that's a good prediction, Tom. And I think we'll know even more after tonight. But it's interesting. I put up here. Tina advised us that the episode 1 is running 1 hour 6 minutes. So you're going to have about 5 minutes to 8 minutes of that be credits.
Well, so now you're saying this whole episode leaked online already?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's out there in the world.
Oh, then fucking HBO is going to be pissed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It leaked 2 days ago, apparently.
Oh yeah.
You could have seen it on Friday. So, and you got to avoid social media if you're trying to stay away from spoilers. And again, I am, because I want to watch it and I want to give it its due, just like I'm trying to give She-Hulk its due. And we'll get to that before we end the stream. We got 30 minutes left before we
touch She-Hulk.
Because we have this young person right here that is having their monetization stream in about 45 minutes. So we've got to give some room to that and some love to that. So thank you for that. And everybody has really negative thoughts on STD. So yeah, I hear that too. Tom is really good at pulling all these thoughts together and making it clear just how, there's some properties that are completely just imploding on themselves because they are inserting a bunch of political garbage. But one thing, and here's a segue, one thing that didn't insert a bunch of political garbage. In fact, I have a few favorite Toms, right? There it is. So Top Gun Maverick takes down Avengers Infinity War as 6th highest grossing movie in domestic box office history.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Nice.
That's a bit crazy.
That is a bit crazy.
Can't wait this comes on DVD. I'm totally gonna put it in my freaking.
Oh yeah, if there's a steel book for it, I am totally.
Oh god, yeah.
I am so
Uncut
stoked.
collector's edition or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there is a steel book, guys. You can order the steel book.
Yeah,
now.
they just dropped all that this last week.
Oh,
nice.
Sweet. I'm
Yeah,
totally
but this was yesterday morning that we found out that, or today, or was it this morning that we found that out? Was it? No, yesterday morning we found this out, and I'm not surprised. I said this was going to be epic and successful. And I was very optimistic. I could not have possibly been this optimistic because I was thinking, well, I might make $1 billion. Be right in there. Wrong. Wrong. Because it's 13 weeks on the big screen. That's something that's unheard of right now. You're lucky if you get, 6 weeks right now on the big screen. So it's doubled up plus, on the time that it's been in theaters. You've got it collecting $683 million in North America. Last weekend, not the one that we're currently ending, but the previous weekend, it actually jumped in the box office and leapfrogged over some stuff that was brand new. It's set to even go higher. Obviously beyond Infinity War. So I don't know. It's one of those things. I think that this film is going to keep going. They highlight the fact that its word of mouth is basically something that's keeping this film alive, along with the repeat customers like yours truly. This is a good movie. So the question is it going to take out Black Panther next at $700.4 million? Don't know.
Maybe.
Well, I guess it depends on how long they keep it in the theater, and I can't imagine they're going to take it out anytime soon, right? Like this, I think like this movie has just been so successful because they released it as a summer blockbuster. Because, like, no matter what, like families look to do things like every single weekend. And if you think about, like there's a family out there that's like, oh, let's go watch this Top Gun movie. And then like 3 weeks later, they're like, man, we don't have anything else to do this weekend. Let's just go do it again. And you kind of like rinse and repeat because there's nothing out there in the theaters that is as interesting as this. And it's been out there forever. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a weekend thing where like people continually go back for something and they're smartly just keeping it available.
And you know what? To that end, War Monkey brings up the same point. AFK. It really comes down to people ask what's playing tonight. We want to go and see a film.
I think Monkey's got to get going.
Oh, what? Say again.
I think Mockany's got to get going.
Oh, Mock. Okay, all right. Let's hit the pause button and let this man of the moment do his thing.
House of the Makini, I guess you could say. No, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get started. I need to go ahead and get everything set up because I got to send the invites out and everything. So, This is a big, huge bash. Spent like 2 weeks putting all this together, and I am truly just blessed and amazed to be celebrating this moment, especially celebrating this moment with you guys. So
Congrats, man.
I hope this tops the. I hope what's going to happen at 12:45. I hope it tops the birthday stream as the best episode I've ever done of Makini Live. Hopefully, I've ever done on this channel. So,
it might be the most lucrative.
It might be a little lucrative, but it's going to be an emotional moment for me, and
Indeed.
it's already has been an emotional moment for me. So I will see you guys in about 35 minutes for the big 1K celebration snow, guys. Thanks to all of you.
Hell yeah.
We made it across the
Hell
finish
yeah.
line, and we're going to celebrate, and so much more to come. Anyway, I love you guys with all my heart, and I will see you all later.
Sounds great.
Look forward to
Thanks,
seeing you
Mark.
guys
I'll see you over there, brother. I'll see you
Yeah,
there.
we'll go there.
I'm gonna go over there for a few minutes and celebrate that man and his accomplishments. Very excited about that, indeed. Speaking of which, the numbers are jumping on the couch crazy. That's right, Cavatanio Cavalryman Che. They are indeed. And you can find the Steelbook. It's available for pre-sale at Blockbuster and many other locations. They just showed some artwork off, says Duck Nation. I believe that's true. You also have this. Walmart has an exclusive swappable front plate for the Steelbook, which is cool.
Sweet.
And yeah, 13 weeks is a long time. So I love the film. I'm going to continue to love the film. And yeah, 700 million is surprising for Black Panther, but you know, it did it. It was in theaters for a long time too, but there is absolutely nothing out there competing with this film. Tom, what was the last good film that was out in the theaters at the same time as Top Gun? Is there any?
Thor.
Was that good?
Well,
and the DC Super Pets. Oh, you mean good?
Yeah.
Up against Top Gun?
Yeah.
Or just in general?
Well, they had the Minion movie, I guess you could say.
Minions. Minions was probably, but it wasn't competing with it, was it?
Jurassic
not
World
really.
was okay.
Minions wouldn't really compete with that because that Minion would be more like you want to take your little
but
kids
there really
to,
were
so.
there were
The Northman.
They were serviceable, right? Those were serviceable tentpoles, but this is an actual blockbuster, right? I mean, by anybody's definition, you know. I mean, so much so that you have people going multiple times. Loki saw it 4 times in 2 weeks.
Nice.
You know. Hey, Heron of Alexandria. Good to see you.
I'm looking at what was up against the what came out in 1986 against the original Top Gun, and that is quite an amazing list of movies.
Yeah.
I got the the original Top Gun.
Crocodile Dundee, Back to School, Aliens, Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, Stand By Me, The Color of Money, The Golden Child. Wow.
And well, think about it. How many great films were released that year? Oh, there it is. There it is. Shellbox got it right there. Right there. Blu-ray and digital.
Sexy.
Yeah. That's a handsome Tom right there.
$5 Walmart.
There you go. $5 make you holla. All right. Well, Tina's right. There was nothing else in the box office. You're 100% right. Nothing.
Actually, scratch that. I think it was 10.
Love this movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great film.
Great songs too.
Oh yeah, indeed.
So I got the vinyl.
So
I have to get the vinyl to it.
Look, I'm going to give you guys your last thoughts on the box office take for Maverick. We got two things we could get to before we got to roll over to Makini's to congratulate him. The soundtrack was epic, indeed. So any final thoughts on Top Gun Maverick and its hike to history? 6 headed to 5. You guys think it'll get
congratulations to Tom Cruise? That's for sure.
Yeah.
That dude killed it.
Do you think domestically it can get to 700 million?
I think if they just leave it in the theater. I mean, literally, there's nothing that would stop it. I don't think there's anything that's coming out soon enough that will kind of impede that.
Yeah.
I say why not?
Yeah, Tom Cruise aged like fine wine. He did. Tom,
So
what do you
true.
think? I think Tom stepped away.
What was the question?
Oh no! Where do you think this will end up? Where do you think Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick will end up? Do you think it'll eclipse Black Panther? Or do you think what do you think?
Oh yeah, probably.
Wow! All right.
It's got at least a week or two left in it, even though it comes out this week on video on demand or whatever.
Yeah. I think people are still preferring to see it in the theater. So, yeah. Oh, bye, Curtis. Get better, brother. I'll be reaching out to Infinity.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
See you, Curtis.
Yeah, I hope you do better, man. It sucks.
Tom, you should be in tune with all the other Toms. I think Tom is in tune with all the other Toms.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Logic's Finest says, I love Top Gun. Zero plot, even less of a story. Still Top Gun, one of my favorite films. It's just
Pretty
pure
much.
testosterone and military adrenaline. Wanted to be a fighter pilot, and it was a heck of a recruiting tool, right, for the military.
Yeah, I joined the military because of Top Gun. I wasn't a pilot, but I was a ground pounder, but still.
Yeah, but Tom is in tune with all of the Toms. Tom is I think Tom's the leader of the Toms, to be honest with you. Yes. Self-appointed, maybe. But, y'all hear about Gary Busey?
Yeah, I don't know if I believe it or what's going on. I didn't hear enough about what's going on anyway.
All right. Well,
Did he beat up a pregnant woman?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't choke anybody out in Iceland or anything. But here's what he did do. And I went to a news source, folks. This is not from the trades. Well, I use the word news in quotes now because I don't believe a word that this particular organization says anymore. But the AP reported on this yesterday, saying that Gary Busey was charged with offenses. I'm not going to use that first word at the Monster Mania Con. The actor was charged with offenses at the New Jersey Fan Convention this month. 78, Busey was charged Friday with 2 counts of 4th-degree criminal badness, 1 count of attempted criminal badness, and 1 count of harassment, Cherry Hill police said. The charges stem from offenses at the annual Monster Mania convention at the Doubletree Hotel. Wow, that's not a big convention. On August 12th to 14th in Cherry Hill in the Philadelphia suburb. Busey, who lives in Malibu, California, was scheduled as a featured guest for all 3 days of the event. Police did not immediately respond to a message seeking details. It also wasn't clear whether Busey has an attorney to comment on the charges, and a representative didn't immediately return a message seeking comment Saturday. Busey is widely known as a character actor, largely in supporting roles, though he came to attention and was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor for playing the title role in the 78 film The Buddy Holly Story. So there you go.
Okay, so there's 3 things at play that make me think this is plausible. Number 1, he's in Hollywood. Number 2, he's had major head injuries. And number 3, he's old, so he's like Biden's age. And, those 3 things combined, it's possible.
So you're saying he could be president?
He's definitely smarter than the person that we have in there now, allegedly, supposedly.
Wow.
You don't even have to have issues mentally to get into the situations at conventions. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an actor in a bar and he's hitting on somebody at 11 o'clock at night who's there, to be honest, speaking from experience, I had a great B actor hitting on me one time when I went to a Stargate convention. I won't out what actor that was, but he was really drunk at the time. So it can happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
He probably smiled at someone the wrong way.
Oh, he was a nice guy, but he was so freaking drunk.
Well, people drink. And look, we have Pinochet asking a good question of Tom and I. And this actually, I want Tom's response on this myself. So is the economy showing a change or increase in demand for physical media since the pandemic and now inflation and redundant streaming services? Tom?
You're asking me questions when I'm working. What?
Okay.
Is the economy showing a change or increase in demand for physical media since pandemic and now inflation and redundant streaming services?
The chart's going up.
I'd have to actually go and look at the numbers. There was a bit of a increase, but I wouldn't say it was significant. The problem is in physical media is still a large part of the industry, but sales have never been a huge push about it. It's usually been rentals. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of the areas have been hurting is like people don't rent movies anymore. They usually just get them off of Netflix or they rent them through their streaming services. But it did go up a little bit, I guess. It hasn't necessarily plummeted or anything either. So it kind of has plateaued, I guess, in a way. I don't know how to put it, but I mean, 4K and Blu-ray sales have seen some increases over the past couple of years, though. So there's a difference because DVD used to take up like 60% of the market. Now it's down to like 40%, I think.
Yeah, Blu-rays are going up and digital purchases went up. So we'll have to see. I'll look at some of the numbers and get back to you on that one. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if there's a resurgence in physical media, especially after the video I did last week on the Hollywood Memory Hole and the fact that Warner Brothers literally memory holed like 60 things this last week. So, and there are more coming.
Well, a lot of the stuff that HBO is doing with whatever, a lot of those movies are going to wind up on other services and on video now.
Sure.
That's what they're kind of saying. And that's actually funny you mentioned that because that's part of what I was kind of referring to is some people freaking out about that because they're like, well, we don't have access to these things. It's like they're diversifying these things.
Yep.
Instead of making them HBO Max exclusives, now you can get them on because as soon as like that first batch of titles got announced that were getting removed, they all went up on video on demand. So you can get them everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not going to change. Now if they haven't already been released on Blu-ray, they'll release them on Blu-ray and stuff probably. Warner Brothers has always been one of the biggest supporters of home media, right? Like they're one of the few companies who, like I pointed out, they just released Dune in 3D this year, and Wonder Woman 84 and stuff. So like, there's still movies they're still releasing in 3D that no other company is even released. Disney, good luck getting a Blu-ray out of them halftime unless it's a brand new movie.
Yeah, CDs rose last year by several million. Yes, they did, and so did vinyl. Vinyl is back, kids. Vinyl is not just for
it's kind of a fad, I bet though.
I don't know. Real quick, Rosa Giant Slayer gifted 10 CultureCasino memberships.
Gosh, George, thank you, George. Brother, I missed you in Vegas. You better be in Orlando, my friend. I missed you. I'm going to be sending you a fresh batch of chocolate chip cookies, my friends.
George has got a beautiful soul.
He does. Yeah. If you have a YouTube account and you're watching, do check your status. Make sure you can qualify to accept memberships for those of you who are not members. And if you have the opportunity to accept it, you should. There are several of you that should qualify for the ability to accept membership. So do check that out, and we'll see how many of you are able to get the memberships. Yeah. Thank you, George. You are the best. Jason Gray, you just need to be in a position to accept the membership. We have I do miss you, the Gilk Man. Gosh.
Anyway.
I miss you. You better be in Orlando, Thomas. Let's see. We have at least one person accepting the membership. Nosmer Unlimited just got a membership to the channel. Congratulations. You just have to be able to accept them, folks. Anil Jamali has been gifted a membership from the George the Giant Slayer. Thank you for that. So as you can see, they are being given away. You just have to be able to accept them. I don't know how to navigate around that, but hopefully you can. But anyway, I find it interesting. We have one last story to cover, and then we got to wind down because we got Makini's stream coming up in just a few moments, and I don't want to stream over the man who just got monetized at 1K, freshly minted 1K channel, folks. Yes, thank you, Bryce, for promoting the channel. We've got Gilkman's not coming to Orlando. Bummer, brother.
I won't be able to either. I wish I could, but it's like right on Halloween.
Yeah.
It's at school.
Well, so we're going to move on from Busey and we're going to go to the last thing I want to cover. And it's interesting because the source that this comes from is surprising to me. I did not anticipate that this would have been what we got from where we did, but it does show that maybe they're turning the corner on something. we have CNN coming out with a review for She-Hulk. She-Hulk is big and colorful, but the Marvel comedy is too weak to be a smash. This is a review by Brian Lowry over there. This came out on Friday. I grabbed it when I could, making sure that I could have it for the stream. But a computer-enhanced Tatiana Maslany plays the title role of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. This is rough, kids. Proving Moon Knight wasn't a fluke as Marvel-sized disappointments go. She-Hulk Attorney at Law is big, bright, colorful, and also too goofy for its own good. Trying to bend the mold is fine in theory, but the mix of sitcom-style tropes and gamma-irradiated powers yields a series that's too weak to smash much of anything. Ironically, the most buzzed-about element in advance of the premiere, how the computer-generated title character looks, is the least of this show's worries. For the most part, those scenes are just fine, if perhaps a little reminiscent of Avatar in the way Hulks tower over ordinary folk. Instead, the show bogs down in the "it's not easy being green" comedy and emphasis on quirkiness, feeling episodic in the extreme after the obligatory origin story is out of the way. While there's nothing wrong with the screwball office comedy based on the 4 episodes previewed, that genre hardly plays to Marvel's strengths. For those unfamiliar with the character, the premiere dutifully sets up Tatiana Maslany's Jennifer Walters as the cousin of Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, who accidentally commingles her blood with his, investing her with extraordinary strength and size, 6'7" in her case. Unfortunately, that same episode also establishes that Jessica will occasionally break the fourth wall and speak directly to the audience, a tired enough device that proves especially awkward in this context as she adjusts to the vagaries of switching back and forth between her superpowered and ordinary selves. There's no going back to what you were before, which is what Ruffalo says. That's actually something that she didn't really take to heart, it doesn't seem. But anyway, She-Hulk thus offers what amounts to a tabloid-esque, TMZ-informed view of the superhero world. So there you go. Can anybody see anything positive coming out of this review? Anybody?
Skating it really hard. They're like, it's great. She's so strong and beautiful.
I can't believe it's CNN.
Yeah, CNN usually will be like, it's so great, it's powerful.
It was just destroying all. I mean, that you don't see that out of CNN usually.
Yeah.
Or just
maybe they
So
finally
that means
had
it might
to
be
draw
good?
a line.
I watched it. It's not.
Oh,
And
never
And
mind.
they didn't even talk about the one trailer where she, tells Bruce that, that catcalling forces her to control her anger infinitely more than what he has ever had to do.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. They keep saying this, like, oh my God, these hot chicks. Their biggest problem is hot dudes notice them. When I was a kid, the ugly girls in school would give anything for the hot guys to even notice they existed.
It's weird. It's really.
So I'm like, so you're literally saying the worst part about it being, your problem is you're hot. That's literally all that's your biggest flaw is, oh my God, people notice I'm alive.
Yeah, George says to all of us, he says, at CultureCasino, all hail my brother. Bat Tom, all hail. What did Bat Tom think of the report that the Battinson's Bats isn't going to stay after trilogy? Question to Tom.
That's cute that they think he's getting a second movie.
Yeah, I saw
it's kind of
art
adorable.
Though. That was freaking stupid.
Yeah, it is. Do we have some opinions here?
Guess what? Batman doesn't knock. That's all I'm gonna fucking say.
That's right. Usually just kicks down the door or drops
Yeah,
down.
he's just like, no, he comes in the shadows. And he's like, I'm your worst nightmare. I am the shadow. I am the night. You're done for, Penguin. He doesn't knock on the front door and goes, hello, I am with the Cub Scouts of America. Can I please speak to the Penguin?
Yeah, it's kind
of. It's vengeance.
Yeah, my name's Vengeance. You know who I am. I'm famous.
Sure. Forbidden Ruin says Shite Hulk. Yes, wasn't good. Yeah, and CNN does still exist. Let me tell you, I have another story we're going to cover.
And then Monkey Jeeba says Batman 66 knocked on doors. I rest my case. And that, kids, is how the Batman made Batman and Robin better.
That's true. Pinochet's helicopter tour says, someone get Brian Lowry a bulletproof vest. Yeah, he's not going to get a lot of love. And they definitely were firing at. So Hulk smash and She-Hulk smush. That's right. That's right. You guys are
Another thing, I hate the freaking Smart Hulk. I've said this before on this thing, but I freaking hate the Smart Hulk, and this made it way worse. So yeah, no.
And for those of you who are able to get the gifted subs, thank you for joining the membership. Try it out for a month. We will be doing a member stream this week, so you'll get a taste of the conversation behind the scenes. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
CNN is fake news. That's true. Wow. Yeah. George says another super chat. Good gracious, my friend. For $10 says, did y'all see the disgusting Wizards of the Coast race swapped Aragorn for their Magic the Gathering cards? No, I did not.
It's the cheapest to slide in there.
Yeah, but it wasn't this Wizards of the Coast thing. Wasn't that one of the deals that was done before the Embracer Group sale?
Mm-hmm.
Not that they can stop it, unfortunately, but just going to show that I think that the Lord of the Rings might be in a much better place now than it was.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's a conversation I'm counting on tomorrow on Midnight's Edge in the morning, Tom. So hopefully we can dive into some.
Yeah, I saw that announcement. I put it on there.
Honestly, Twitter. If Six is in the chat, she has been digging so deep into this shit.
Really?
She's probably one of the people who knows more about it than anybody right now.
Oh, I got to get Six. I wish
she has been just digging. I haven't even had a chance to really go over the stuff she's been digging into.
What I know, like one of the things I found was what was it? It's the princes of Saudi princes have like a huge like ownership in that company. So I'm wondering like how woke it really is going to be if they do turn woke.
Oh, he had to go on mute because of the baby. All right.
Sorry. No, it was. I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, So I don't know. Like, is it a good thing? You know, I used to think Star Wars being bought by Disney. I was like, oh man, you know that might be good. And now you see what happened to that. So I don't know. I don't know.
I really don't know. I know this. This is a good question when it comes to She-Hulk. Who's the show made for?
It's made for the people who made it to feel good about themselves.
Oh, Clobby's here. Clobby says She-Hulk. Bash. Man, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Wizards of the Coast went way woke. Indeed.
Yeah, they did.
Monkey Gina says quarter black Aragorn. I knew it. Wow. You guys are on fire. Oh, yeah. The writers were rough for that show, right? Because one of them was Dana Schwartz, our favorite,
Oh, yeah.
favorite human being.
They even admitted they can't write, which was hilarious. Yeah. They're like, yeah, we're not very good writers.
Yeah, drunk wine moms. There you go, Gojira Star. Indeed. Quirky, immature children. Also true for Forbidden Run. Hey, Sam Adams is here. Says, wine moms. Indeed, Sam. Indeed. Yeah, you guys, that's who it's for. Right, and like I said, I mean, I'm saying the target audience that would be like somebody who liked Ally McBeal way back in the day. They're too old to actually appreciate this. Although the number one audience over at the CW happens to be 54 and up. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, but they also have like a very specific thing that they look for on that channel. I mean, forever it was just Supernatural, and they had like those, single 35 to 40-year-old demographic of women who were watching it for ages. And then they had The Flash, so they got some younger people in there who were obviously for the hot guys. But I don't know. I feel like there's no substance to what people are actually looking for on channels like that.
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, let's be fair because we need to start wrapping up. But I think that we're not being offered substance on almost any of these platforms, to be honest.
Oh gosh, no, yeah.
Yeah, but somebody here said something positive I want to grab. Dr. Dragon says VR is going to be going live in about 2 hours to talk about Marvel and the House of Dragon. So that's going to be interesting. So we have to pop in over there. Single female lawyer. Thank you, Aaron of Alexandria. Indeed.
I love how they kept complaining about all the guys, talking about her, how sexualized she is, and then the whole show is them talking about how freaking nice Captain America's ass was. It's like, come on, seriously.
And how he's a virgin.
Yeah. Well, let's get a couple more, and then we got to get out of here, folks. So we got Freeze Peach Gaming says Wizards of the Coast been woke for years. This is true. Catch up on how they've been trashing and CRT and D&D for years now, and you can just see how woke they are. Well, the minute they dumbed down the game with the stack and everything for Magic the Gathering is when I started to get less interested in anything that they were making beyond obviously just the woke stuff that they were leaning into. Let's see. Jason's like, I'm gonna get more coffee. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot to see. Of course, the next place you should be going, and probably where I'm going if you would like, is to visit Makini 90's Makini Draws channel, where he is having his 1K celebration stream. He's actually over 1,100 now.
And I think he mentioned a face reveal, right?
That's right. You're going to get a face reveal at the end, and you are also going to have the first opportunity to send him a super chat. I think I was the 4th super chatter over there. So do check out Makini 90. Hopefully one of the mods can actually grab that, throw it in the chat. I would appreciate that as well. Great thank you to all of you who participated via super chats today. It does help the channel. It helps me pay off Vegas. Holy cow. And George, thank you for the members, brother, and the super chat. Love you, man. You better be in Orlando, dude. And with all that, let's do this. Let's start with my favorite Tom. I know he thinks differently, but this is my favorite Tom. Tom Connors of Midnight Edge.
I know you really like Tom Jones better.
No, you're number one.
It's not unusual
to be loved by anyone.
Yeah.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
You're still
when I see you out and about with anyone. What's new, pussycat? Whoa.
Wow. Gilkman for $9.99. Tom, read this one.
Doing a meetup in October for Black Adam with some Boston peeps. Boston represent. Don't want to support Black Adam, but I'm going for the company. I'll watch Makini's stream after it's done. Much love to all from the Gilkman for $9.99. And he's also a member.
Thank you.
Member.
See, this is another cool Tom. I have all these cool Tom people.
You know what else is cool Tom Jones did? He did a better version of Lenny Kravitz' Are You Gonna Go My Way than he did.
Are You Gonna Go My Way?
Yeah. Because, like Lenny Kravitz is like, Are you gonna go my way? But like you got Tom Jones out there with all that fucking chest hair going, Are you gonna go my way? That's give me a break. There's no competition.
You really like chest hair.
Well, it helps singers. Trust me. There's a correlation here.
Oh, I got a
There
lot.
has to be. 2 of the manliest singers in history. It's because of their chest hair. I guarantee it. Tom Jones.
Oh, man.
Neil Diamond, for fuck's sake. I mean, Neil Diamond has literally caused people to go through puberty all over again. I mean, have you seen that man sing? He just makes women melt.
So the Gilkman.
I am my cry.
Right there, Gilkman.
And then just go whoosh.
Tom, you have
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Dun, dun, dun.
Guys, we got to wrap up. Makini stream's coming up. Look, and it's from now on, Tom, I guess you're reading all my super chats because I'm boring.
I'm sure Tom Jones has had more pussy than we could ever imagine.
Probably.
Okay, so AFK
Pussy
Bard.
cats. Whoa.
AFK Bard, what's going on?
Oh, absolutely nothing. But whenever there is something, I'll let you guys know.
Well,
I hope you all have a good afternoon, and make sure you go over to Makini.
All right. Yes, indeed. Shellback, TJC.
Go. I'm gonna go check out the Mankinis too.
Makini. All
Thank
right,
you.
cool beans. Thank you very much. Of course, we have the Mirrors Fears Origin. He's a writer. He's got terrible hair today. What did you do?
I know. I always have terrible hair. I wear my hat for a reason. I have hat hair. Now, I was outside, like, dealing with a car issue, so I was out in the freaking heat, dying. But no, yeah, thank you for coming. Like always, every Sunday, you know, I did have 2 videos come out this last week, so woo! Actually did stuff. But thank you guys for being here every Sunday. We love you guys in the chat. Check out my author page. I put it in the chat not this long ago. And also check out my channel if you haven't subbed. I have 175 subs right now. I know it's still small, but I'll be getting there. So thank you all. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Awesome. And last but not least, Wes from Whatever Cast.
Well, always a pleasure to be here on the Sunday Culture Review. Talk a little bit about pop culture with the amazing panel and, of course, the best chat on YouTube. You can find me on talking about whatever at youtube.com/whatevercastofficial, or you can find me gaming at youtube.com/ just go to Whatever Cast Official and click in the links. I'm not big enough on Whatever Gaming yet to have a custom URL. I know it's sad.
Oh, you need to get bigger.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah. Or watching cool
That's
movies.
what she said.
Let's make Wes bigger, everybody. And speaking of which, 1,100 subs over on Makini's stream, guys. Get over there, give this man some love. He's worked his butt off for the last 2 years. He deserves every piece of success that comes his way, just like everybody else here on this panel and all of you that are out there. To those of you, again, that super chatted, thank you for helping me with Vegas. Man, and I can't wait to see those of you who are awake tonight on the Late Night Culture stream. Between now and then, please take care of yourself and enjoy yourself throughout the rest of the weekend. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene.
Wash your ass.
And until next time, bye.
See ya.
I'm going to fix that, Wes. Dang it.
It makes me sad.
It's not unusual.
I was born long ago. I'm the chosen, I'm the one. I ain't gonna go my way. I ain't gonna go my way. Well, I got to know. Are you gonna go culture's way? Are you gonna go culture's way? I'm gonna go culture's way.
All around the world, they're coming to culture.